Well, Simon McGregor-Wood is following the election at The Hague in front of the Dutch Parliament. He joins us now live. Hi, Simon. Is there any reliable indication of where the vote is going at this point?
Well, Andrea, we only had the polls to rely on, and recent experience has taught us to be sceptical, to say the least, of the polls. But in the last few days, they have shaken down to the following likely scenario. The PVV of Geert Wilders' party has tailed away slightly in the last week or two. Mark Rutte, the Liberal centre-right Prime Minister leading the VVD party, has picked up slightly. Those are the two parties that will probably get the greatest number of the 150 seats in the Dutch Parliament behind me. Most polls have Rutte's party 2 or 3 percentage points ahead. What's complicating the whole issue is the nature of the Dutch electoral system, if you like. There are as many as 8 parties, ranging from the centre to the left to the right, behind those two big parties, who could get as many as 10 seats each, which will make the challenge of creating a viable coalition government extremely complicated. It could take months. It's happened before. But in terms of the Wilders effect, the great fear that Geert Wilders, this extreme rightist, anti-Islam, anti-immigrant, will become the biggest party and really upset the apple cart, it appears that that threat for now, according to the polls, has dissipated somewhat.
Simon, I have to ask, you covered the Brexit vote last year, a very tight and unpredictable election with huge implications. Are you sensing the same thing right now in the Netherlands?
Well, I think certainly, Andrea, some of the issues that shaped the Brexit debate and the final outcome are certainly in play here in the Netherlands as well. It's a strange situation because economically this country is doing pretty well. There aren't many of the so-called left behinds. There aren't so many angry, unemployed, disillusioned people. But the issues here have been as they have been in Brexit. Issues of national identity, issues concerning immigration, mass immigration, Muslim immigration, issues of Euroscepticism. These things have been front and centre here in this election campaign this year in a way that they haven't necessarily been last year. And of course, within the context of Brexit and Trump in Washington, people are looking at this election wondering whether we're going to have another populist shock and whether it's going to be Geert Wilders who's going to deliver it.
Right. And Simon, quickly, if you can, to what extent now has the diplomatic row with Turkey actually influenced the campaign, and who, if anyone, stands to benefit from it?
It's certainly dominated the last few days of campaigning, as you would expect. Those scenes in Rotterdam last Saturday night, Sunday morning, shocking to most Dutch people, and the escalating diplomatic row with Turkey has certainly played into the debate. We've seen it on the last 2 nights of TV debates amongst all the big parties. The general received wisdom is it will probably play well for the right-wing parties. Mark Rutte, the Prime Minister, however, has been judged to have handled it pretty well. Firm, but conservative. And he may gain 2 or 3 seats as a result. Geert Wilders, according to the polls, may have gained a couple of seats.
Okay. Simon McGregor-Wood joining us there from The Hague. Thanks so much for that.